All right, you guys, today is day 2 of our Arctic. We are doing A, the letter A. If you zoom in, Miss Rachel.
Yes, indeed.
We are working on capital and lowercase a. A is for
Arctic animals.
There you go. All right, so this is one of those crazy ones. It is the beginning of our alphabet, so most people do know the letter A. It's wonky, capital, lowercase, totally different, right?
Totally different.
Totally different. All right, so stretch out those fingers, and then we are going to start with our capital A at the top. We're kind of going to draw a line straight down, but just a little bit to the angle, okay? It's like an upside down V. So straight down, and then we're gonna cross it right in the middle, all right? So try that with your finger. Okay, one more time. And then we're gonna look at the lowercase a, all right? So with our lowercase a, we're gonna start on the halfway line, straight down, and then we're gonna loop it around, all right? So if I take off this piece, what does it look like?
Looks like a C.
Kind of looks like a C.
Yep.
If I extended this up, what letter does it look like?
A D.
A D. All right. We've worked on all of these letters, so you should be able to do this. All right. So halfway down, loop it around. Sometimes you'll see a fancy A. And most of the time, this is the way you will see it. It kind of looks like that. Does that look familiar?
It does. And actually, if you look at our A's down here, we're kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but these are the kind of fancy A's that Miss Chrissy's talking about. You'll see it written like that as well. It means the same thing. It is the same letter, and it makes the same sound.
All right, so take your dry erase markers. Let's see if you can write the letters. If you need to go over it a couple of times, go for it. All right. And then your lowercase, same thing that we practice with our finger. Loop it around. All right. If you look at the bottom, I know Miss Rachel just jumped ahead a little bit, but that's okay. We have A is for animals. Do you see any more A's?
I do. I see one in this word.
Which is our whole unit, right?
Yep. Arctic, yep. And there's another one in animals. Animals has 2 A's.
Anything else?
No.
No.
We look up here. We always check up here. No A's and wiggle worms. So I think that's it, unless I'm missing one, but I don't think so. I think
That
that's
is it. All right, you ready for a guessing game?
Oh, yes, let's do it.
All right, I'm going to cheat. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Here you go. Boosh.
Oh, apple.
Apple.
Perfect.
Apple, apple, apple. All right. You know you love my drawings. It's really big. It's a really big animal.
Is that an anteater? An aardvark?
Oh, no, that does look like an anteater, though, with his big old tongue. All right.
Oh,
All right.
I think I know. Is that an alligator?
It was an alligator, but
I
I'll go
see.
with anteater. It does look more like an anteater.
I think that's so specific, Miss Chrissy.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. All right, we got apple, we have anteater, we have alligator. What else do we have? We have lots of things that start with an A. Oh. Can you tell what that is?
I think I can. I think that's an airplane.
That's my airplane.
Perfect.
It's a sad looking airplane, but it is an airplane. All right, this animal is in the desert, so you're not gonna be able to tell what I'm drawing. And it has a hard shell. It has a hard shell, and it rolls.
Oh, is that an aardvark? No, Armadillo.
Armadillo.
Armadillo. I'm
That's my
terrible at these
armadillo.
animals. Armadillo. Perfect.
All right. Miss Chrissy's going to stop while she's ahead. All right. So you also have in your bag some chips that look like this. Okay. You can take your chips, put it at the top of your letter, and use this to trace the letter. Okay. Then take it over to the other side, straight line down, and loop it around. Just something silly, giving us a different way to practice our letters. All right, you're gonna need these for the back, so pull them to the side. All right, Arctic animals. All right, so very, very, very cold. Yes, Miss Rachel?
Very
very,
cold.
very, 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 very cold. What keeps this walrus from getting cold?
Well, he is kind of a thick body, and that's because he has a layer of fat called blubber,
Blubber.
which keeps him warm all year long, even when it's freezing cold in the wintertime.
Yes. So parents, if you want a fun little blubber exercise, Miss Rachel might be able to post it in there. But you pretty much take a bucket of ice and have the kids put their hand in it with nothing, and then take their hands, put it in a Ziploc bag, and take another Ziploc bag and fill it with Crisco. Sounds weird, but it gives the same effect as blubber. They put their hand in the bag, in the blubber, and then put their hand in the ice, and it doesn't get cold. It's kind of a cool little experiment. So I highly encourage you to do that. All right, so we are gonna just take our little markers, our Arctic ice. We have our little iceberg here. And all we're gonna do is just trace the line. That's all we're gonna do. Oh, my narwhal. You can't even see my narwhal. I just now noticed it. He blended in. That's a narwhal, but you can't see him.
And they are real.
They are.
They are real.
Miss Chrissy did not even know this until she started teaching this. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Thought it was a made-up animal. It is not.
they
It
are
is
real.
not. Okay. I'm sorry. So once you have this one here, grab your next one. I got a little sidetracked. Okay. Just loop it on around. Try to stay on the line. All right, so Miss Chrissy did this with her dominant hand, her right hand. Now I want you to try it with your left hand, okay? It's a little trickier, but see if you can do it.
Might have to move a little slower, and that's okay too.
Yeah, it's even hard for Miss Chrissy, believe it or not. But it's great. It's great practice. Okay, let's do it one more time. Droop. Oop. Hand-eye coordination. We're working on all kinds of skills here. Pre-writing. All right. Once you have all four here, you can use your dry erase marker and you can trace the line if you would like. Doing the same thing, we're going to do it with the right, your dominant hand first. Trying to stay on those lines. I know this will be hard for some of you. It's fine. It's fine. If you're not ready to do it, stick to the chips. Whoa, stay there. All right, and then like we did with the chips, you can erase it. Or you can leave it and see where you go off. Guess what? We're going to try it with this hand. Super hard. Super, super hard. And yes, it is very, very hard for Miss Chrissy. But I'm doing it. It's great. It's great for your brain. Did you know you're supposed to practice this, Miss Rachel, as you get older? Keep that brain sharp.
It makes a lot of sense. I need to start incorporating that.
Yeah. So parents, feel free to practice with your child. All right. Down here we have our Eskimo and the little sleds. What's pulling the sled?
Those are sled dogs. Usually huskies, maybe Malamutes, but they are big, furry dogs.
They love it.
Love the snow.
And they are very, very strong. They are
Yes.
very strong.
Yes.
And they stay out in the cold, in the snow. They actually bury. They
Yeah.
make like little dugouts, like little mini igloos.
Like little burrows almost.
But yeah, and that's where they sleep, outside. All right, so we are gonna try our maze. Stay in the maze. Don't go through the walls. Hi, Mr. Seal. Hi, Mr. Walrus. All right, we're coming up. I can kind of look ahead, right?
Yeah.
We can tell that we should not go that way. And I can kind of look and see that I probably shouldn't go this way either, right?
Yep.
So we're going to keep on going down. Miss Chloe made this kind of easy, but it's very wiggly. All right, all the way down. And we have our friend down here ice fishing. All right. Last thing that we're going to practice right now is a little bit of symmetry. Miss Chloe already drew the lines, so we're just going to trace our lines and draw the other half of our polar bear. Polar bears are super cute, big, huge, white, fluffy. Do you want to pet them? Absolutely not. They are very aggressive animals. However, I will tell you, they are very cool to look at. I don't know if they still have it, but in the New York Central Park Zoo, they had a polar bear there. I stood there and watched that polar bear swim and swim and swim. They are so cool.
Oh, yeah.
But they're huge. They're huge.
Yep.
So, just a little bit of symmetry here. Nothing too crazy. You can also use your chips and go through the maze too, if you would like. Okay, instead of drawing, you can use your little icebergs to go through your maze. Try it with the other hand too. Make sure you do it. All right, you guys, that is all I have for day 2. Make sure you erase your boards, put your chips back in the bag, put everything together, save it for a rainy day. Bye, you guys.